Bao-san returned to the guest house at 3 a.m. Hi, Victor. It's time for 9-balling. Everyone put on your 9-balls. 9-ball caps. We're all gonna be fucking so stupid today. Let's go. Then the rest of you split up about 3 minutes later. Is that correct? Yes, that's right. We're getting pretty tired by that point. We decided to take a short rest before starting up again. To smoke out the murder of the first Twilight, Lois Lee questioned everyone involved and checked their alibis and evidence. Confirmed these, she went around the mansion with them, and when he took several trips out to the guest house through all the rain. Vitality was admirable. Though she was an uninvited guest, everyone had long since feeling anything strange by the way she imitated a detective. It seems Erica is also steadily building her foundation. It's useless. Whether alibis exist or not, she can't deny our existence. Kinzo escaped through the window and is now one with Mr. Rokujima. She can never capture or deny him. When all is said and done, perhaps you could say he's escaped to the underside of the chessboard. In that case, maybe it would be appropriate to say he's been stored away. Come to think of it, about those corpses in the first Twilight, they've been stored away too, right? Yes, they've been put in my darkness between the human world and the other. And that would-be detective won't be able to find them? Of course. It's absolutely impossible for a human. Want to check? Just in case. We also need to take this opportunity to re-examine what Lady Burnt Castle's goals are likely to be from now on. And as they say, if you know your enemy, you don't need fear the outcome of 100 battles. If you know the truth, you can win 100 battles without fighting. Quite so. Gap domed up a large pitch-black hole in the sky and had to swallow all of them up. She might be on her own way to the gap between worlds where she had hidden the corpses. That place was nowhere in this world, and existed at no time of this world. In other words, it truly and literally was a place not of this world. In this place, questions such as, where is this and what time is it, had no meaning. Every single place led to here, but no place could be reached from here. Furthermore, all times connected to this place, but no time could be passed from here. In short, this place was just what they said it was, the underside of the chessboard. No, perhaps it would have been appropriate to call this the captured pile, where pieces that have left the game go. Then, deep within this pitch-black world, 5 cores came to view, illumined by a glow like a faint spotlight. The 5 pitiful cores of the next sliced open had been arranged neatly. Their eyelids were shut and their hands joined. A hair uneven gap had respect for the dead. Oh my. There are 5 sacrifices for the first Twilight in this game. Not 6. Oh, it's you, Master. I was worried about where you'd gone. The game has already reached the first trial, and as you can see, the first victims have emerged. And now it's time for the real show. I'm getting all excited. I see. The version of you that's here looks to be in high spirits. I'm pleased. Huh? If you took away my high spirits, my bewitching body, and my pleasant disposition, I'd have nothing left. Yeah, so this Beto really is completely unaware of the upper layers. For some reason, Virgilia praised Beto for her high spirits. But Beto was saying back at such a granny-like words coming out of Virgilia's mouth all of a sudden. She answered while bumping a fist against her chest. Virgilia had been absent often during this game. She may even have been away from her seat when battlers solved the epic during the uproar that followed. Apparently, she had been absent for so many critical points that she didn't have a very good grasp of what happened so far in this game. For now, we've got 5 corpses. All slit through the neck, as you can see. George, Jessica, Maria, Rosa, and Genji. Something sharp had sliced open all 5 of their necks. Those gaping wounds opened wider than their mouths. It made it feel as though they had no longer need their mouths to breathe. I see. So, anyone looking at George, Jessica, Maria, Rosa, or Genji's corpses, confirm at a glance that they are dead. Red? Well, there's no point in me holding back against you. That's right, at a glance, anyone can confirm that these corpses are dead, so it's absolutely impossible they are just people playing dead. Why did Leah lose the red? Who knows? However, she's always thinking of my lady. She must have something in mind that will benefit my lady. But they had hidden in the corpses here so that no one could use the red. Despite that, however, Ronve was right. Virgilia always thought of Beatrice first. The way that those corpses, which Gap had gone to all the trouble erasing, had now been confirmed with the red, made a slightly displeased expression rise to Gap's face. However, in the end, she remembered that she was only a guest and shrugged. Why do you have Gaps hide the corpses? Well, since the evidence has already been solved, this game of mine is different than usual. I now have serving and protecting Natsu as my goal. How would concealing their corpses protect Natsui? We've more or less figured out what our opponent's next moves will be. This probably tried me to corner Natsui. Most likely to sort through alibis, then first try and find them for everyone except Natsui. Last night, Natsui-sama was the first to leave the family conference, and then rested alone in her room. Unfortunately, she has no alibi whatsoever until the next morning. They already ensured that Kinzo's existence is impossible to disprove. However, the enemy has one remaining method of breaking through that roadblock. I see. They can corner Natsui and make her confess that Kinzo doesn't exist. The enemy's probably after something like that. By watching the movements of the pieces involved with the family conference, we quickly realized that Natsui was isolated. Notice that trap of theirs and countered with this move. The corpses disappear. Everyone has alibis and no one exists who could have moved them. Not only does it support the claim that a witch exists, and so there was doubt on whether they were actually dead in the first place. Making it about possible for Natsui to avoid being a suspect. In other words, it's possible for Natsui-san to claim that the sacrifice of the first twilight were only playing dead. Even though many people confirmed their deaths for certain in the cousin's room. Confirmation is nowhere near red truth. No matter how strongly they claim to have seen unmistakable corpses, the red truth doesn't exist in the human world. Because the corpses don't exist, Natsui can discount their words as a mistake. Or by saying that all of them were lying. And it's possible for her to do this over and over to buy herself time. In the human world, which lacks the red truth, perpetual check is an effective move. An endless argument with both sides denying the other's claims. Not pretty. True. However, beauty is secondary to victory. If someone who cannot achieve victory seeks it, it is nothing but poison to them. They do say that might makes right. And even if I don't think it's beautiful, those Voyager witches will probably like it and say it isn't boring. I see. I've managed to grasp the flow of this game. It seems that we'll get quite nasty. We're well aware of that. And we already know that Natsui's probably about to be lured into yet another trap. A trap? Mm-hmm. Someone Lady Lambda Delta created who calls himself a man from 19 years ago has already threatened Natsui. She was ordered to go in the closet in the external guest room at 1 p.m. There's only a few minutes away and hide there. Klaus was taken as a hostage, so Natsuki can't resist. I see. How relentless. Can you protect her? Of course. After all, Natsuki isn't the culprit. No matter how much they treat her as one, both truths and illusions are on her side. This is weird though. If the man from 19 years ago is the land of his peace, why is he trying to harass and corner Natsuki? It's not the worst question. After, like, who is the man from 19 years ago, and what is his purpose on the game board? And was he always around? And did he ever even call before the game happened? There's no way we can lose. Natsuki threw her cup of black tea to the ground, protest to show the anger that flowed through her entire body. What do you mean by that? Are you saying that you suspect me? I hear what you're saying. You left before anyone else returned to the room and didn't leave that room until morning. I'm simply saying that I need you to prove that, otherwise it won't count as an alibi. Prove it! How? Any way you like. All you have to do is prove objectively that it was impossible for you to commit the crime. Everyone else is corroborating. I'd very much wish if you could be a little less harsh with me. And please give me your alibi and evidence. That's right. The whole night is blank space and time for Natsuki-san. After she left the conversation she was going to bed, she might have gone to the guest house and attacked George and the others. Don't be so ridiculous! Why would I kill George-kun? And most of all, why ever would I kill my own daughter? Calm down. We're all equally suspicious. It's sad, but we all have to prove our innocence. Yeah. We all think Franklin about how to prove our alibis for last night, so we can declare all the suspicion against us. I know you can't like being suspected, Natsuki-san. And first, shouldn't your first priority be searching for some way to prove your own innocence? The nervous spoke as though they were all under equal suspicion. But the mood about the place didn't feel so peaceful. Erika was still in the middle, confirming everything. Other than Natsuki, who was unwilling to prove her alibi. Only Natsuki, claiming that being suspected was an insult, was uncorroborated with Erika. And her position began to grow more and more perilous. This power was no longer a place of comfort to Natsuki. And the sound of the cup slashing made that decisive. This is ridiculous! Oh, why am I suspected when I've lost my daughter? Oh, you're maliciously trying to make me look like a coward just because I went to bed early last night! I cannot stand this humiliation any further! Oh, so what are you going to do about it? Show some kind of alibi that proves your innocence? As if you could! Give me back my George and murder! Give him a rest, Eva! Natsuki-san, you're probably a little tired too. Of course, so are we. I'm gonna take it easy for a bit. Seriously. A little too high strung. And Nazi, where are you going? To search alibis and covers is truly ludicrous. When the typhoon passes and the police arrive, everything will be exposed to the light of day. There's no reason whatsoever for us to play detectives. Am I wrong, Erika-san? Generally speaking, you would be right. However, I have the authority to do this. Who gave her that authority? No one asked. It was an authority given by words of power from a higher world. The bees weren't even allowed to doubt it. I will take my leave. I have no intention of playing along with the pointless question until the police are here. If you suspect me, feel free to do so. I will leave it to the police to investigate that and clear my name. Maybe a bit late to mention this, but, well, no, this happens every time. As usual, the phone couldn't contact the police. Nachi said the police would come, but that wasn't exactly true. Strictly speaking, the boat to pick them up would come tomorrow, and they would be able to use the radio on the boat to contact the police. Well, it's not like I'll let everyone live that long anyway. Natsuki-san, it's dangerous to be alone. Perhaps it would be better if you... Oh, why not let her? That may make for some excellent proof. If not seeing that son gets murdered in her own room, that'd be excellent proof of her innocence. Good, Aniki. Probably best if we get a bit of rest. Our eyes won't last until tomorrow. Rest is fine, but let's not let our guard down, okay? We might not make it up through the night, much less tomorrow. Aunt Natsuki? Return to your room. Make sure you lock your door tight and close the windows and shutters. Just to stay safe. I don't want to suspect anyone. More than that, I don't want there to be any more victims. Thank you, Butler-kun. Then, I'll return to my own room. Goda, you're in charge now. I know this is a horrible situation, but make sure the guests at least have everything they need. Yes, madam. I shall do so. With everyone watching her, Natsuki left the parlor. From their faces, you could tell that they were expecting the classic mystery pattern. The first person to quarrel and leave the shore would become the next victim. Natsuki couldn't disobey because of the threat against Kraus, who had been taken as a hostage. Very soon it would be 1 p.m., the time that had been arranged. She was to hide for an hour in the closet of a specific guest room. As he suspected, this bizarre order was a trap to select her as the next sacrifice. It's thought of various ways to resist, but all methods would be used against the culprit who held a hostage and observing her from close by. So Natsuki could do nothing and obediently follow his orders. And then claimed that she had been forced to do this for her husband's safety. As the arranged time had drawn near, Natsuki had intentionally acted annoyed and snatched the gun on the ground to give her an excuse for slipping out of the parlor. At any rate, no matter how cowardly a trap it may be, I cannot disobey it now. I am now the one who carries the burden of the one-winged eagle. Now that my husband Kraus has been captured, I must protect it even if I have to crawl through the mud. Of course, I am prepared to do that. I'm Ushiromi Natsui. Even when I'm permitted to bear the one-winged eagle on my clothes, Father gave me permission to bear it in my heart. Letting dashing away in a rage got me here without raising too much suspicion. So far, everything has gone well. Before my eyes was a doorknob with a specified guest room. However, I wonder about the lock. The servants are always under orders to lock any unused rooms. What will I do if it's locked? Dash out of the parlor pretending that I was returning my room. Going back and asking the servant to unlock this guest room would be obviously suspicious. If possible, I'd like to get this eerie hide and seek over without anyone noticing. And that phone call from the one who claimed to be the man from 19 years ago. He said I would win if no one found me, but lose if anyone did find me. He said that he released my husband whether I won or lost. As a person with a hostage taken against me, I'd rather not lose. I softly gripped the doorknob, and I could feel that it was unlocked. Did Shannon or Kumasawa forget to lock it after cleaning? Or did that man unlock it in advance? That man couldn't be waiting for me in this room, could he? And then all that about hide and seek might have just been an excuse. I kept the fact that I was coming here secret, and all the other people think I'm resting in my room. If I were to be killing the situation in this room, I might create a new baffling murder case like an extension of the one which occurred this morning. If that's what he's up to, and so much the better. We could chance to confront the culprit directly. Nachi has some experience with using a naginata, but only from casual lessons. Unlike Eva, she couldn't brag about being able to hold off any single ruffian indefinitely. As she was now, she noticed a chance of prevailing over a man. So, ready yourself and slowly open the door. She couldn't afford to stand around the corner and risk being seen by someone. The atmosphere inside the guest room was ice cold. And she could sense no trace of a person waiting patiently for her. All she could hear were the unsettling sounds of the wind and rain. At first, that seemed to be proof that no one existed to threaten her. But before long, it only stirred up the uneasy feeling inside of her once more. The closet was just off to the side of anyone entering the room. Lying up inside it was a set of hangers where guests could hang their coats. This closet, which had nothing hanging in it, was large enough for even an adult to hide in. She softly opened the closet. Of course, there was nothing inside. She would have to hide quietly in here for an hour. The room had a wood floor, but something like a carpet had been laid in the closet. And it seemed that sitting down wouldn't be a problem. She had to be sure that someone would be waiting for her in this room, or that strange letter would be lying in the closet. She had even imagined the worst, that her husband's corpse might be inside. However, none of these things she had imagined turned out to be true. All that was there was the cold guest room, and a lifeless closet which silently urged her inside. And he told me to hide in here for an hour. He's making fun of me. Natsuki shrugged, turned around, and locked and chained the guest room door. This way, no one will be able to get into this room. In other words, no one will be able to find me for the next hour. I win. What a stupid game of hide and seek. This would certainly result in total victory in the hide and seek game against that mystery man. However, it was such an easy victory it made her feel uneasy. This is normally against the rules of hide and seek. Even if I win, won't this displease the culprit? And everyone thinks I'm in my room right now. If they find a room with a chain set, they will be impossible to lock the room to them. Ergo is asking around the mansion to confirm everyone's alibi. If she knows that this chain is set on this room, there will probably be an uproar which will end in them cutting the chain and searching the room. If that happens, I'll be found hiding in the closet right away. It would be easy for me to honestly confess where I was hiding. That man insists that I not reveal that. If I tell them, I might be endangering my husband. Thinking of it that way, setting the chain, no, even locking the door might be a bad idea. That's right. This room was unlocked when I came in here. If it were to suddenly be unlocked, it's conceivable that it might catch someone's attention. It's better if I don't do anything unnecessary. That man only told me to hide. So in the end, I have no choice but to do what he says. I hate doing it, but I can't disobey. I undid both of those precious locks. Went into the dimly lit closet filled with the smell of old wood and managed to close the door from the inside. Pitch black. Reminded me of when I was young, when I used to hide somewhere and then surprise my mother. That peaceful recollection was enough to kill off my anxiety. It really is pitch black. From in here, I won't be able to check my watch to see if an hour has passed. I'll probably need to open the door a crack every once in a while to let in enough light for my watch. For now, I sat down and folded my legs. I thought about hiding my knees to my chest, but it hurt my back when I tried. Not as young as I used to be. Even though I and the rest of my class were made to sit on the floor clasping our knees in every PE class as grade schoolers. And I had to struggle just to sit down. Just sitting down here for an hour probably hurt a lot. Can't believe he expects me to sit in the darkness for a full hour, listening only to the wind and the rain. Ironically, Natsuki made Jessica do the exact same thing in the past. She had done it to scold Jessica's persistent bad habit and teach her a lesson when she was a little girl. She had thought that making Jessica stay put in the darkness would sprout a desire to reflect on her mistakes. And that, this way, she would understand what she had done wrong. Naturally, it almost felt like she was being made to do the same thing. That was the true purpose of this hide and seek. How naive of me. This must be a naivety. Hope that this go has made me repent. Nothing happened to me during this hour. Uncertainty and fear of that man's shadow are not what I need right now. Will someone suddenly come to this room, open this closet, do something horrible to me now that I've come here in total secrecy as promised? That's what I should be worrying about. The cupboard, or one of his accomplices, is very close by. If they weren't, they wouldn't be able to observe me so thoroughly. I don't want to think about it, but it's highly likely the culprit bought off one of the servants. Go was able to hide an eerie card with autumn written on it in my room. My personal room is always locked. That trick wouldn't have been possible without a key. Instead of believing that they obtained the key when the servants weren't looking, it's more realistic to assume that one of the servants lent the culprit a hand. Still, how do they know that autumn is my favorite season? How ghastly. The thought that this mystery man might be peeking into my heart sent goosebumps running across my whole body. It's true that I like autumn, but I never said that out loud. I don't think anyone's even asked me either. Probably even asked my husband what my favorite season is and would probably be stuck for an answer. No. There's one time I told it to a single person. That's right. Shannon. An autumn day long ago, I happened to be in a good mood. I mentioned the autumn was my favorite of the 4 seasons. Can't believe it. Then the couple that were one of the comments has to be Shannon. Only Shannon could have known I like autumn. In that case, this is clear proof that Shannon is involved. That card with autumn is on it is proof. Incredible. For 10 years being provided for by our family. She trembled and shook with rage. Didn't Kenzo once say that the emotion of anger is the fastest sedative to cure fear and uncertainty? It's easy to tell the most fearful humans from within a crowd. They're always the first to get angry. I remember him telling me that. I realized that this anger was a sign that I was actually frightened, and trying my best to remain calm. However, this is a fasting clue I can use to turn things around. Shannon may not be as reliable as a servant, but if she's the accomplice used by the mystery man, this might actually be convenient. She's a timid girl. If I threatened her, she'll probably spill the name of the mastermind in an instant. I'd have the least about this in secret. I'm sure it'll be a big clue that will help in arresting the culprit. That card was probably meant to surprise me and control me. But he's actually dug his own grave. I never told anyone except Shen that I like Autumn. This is unshakable proof that she's working with the culprit. Though I thought this time the closet would crush me with uncertainty and uneasiness, it actually meant the start of a counterattack. If I hadn't been given this time in the darkness, I probably wouldn't have noticed this. I felt almost grateful to the culprit for making up this foolish game. My mood brightened. I couldn't guarantee that my husband was safe, but I was here taking him back and forced the culprit to face judgment. I gripped my fist silently and further strengthened my resolve to avoid losing this fight at any cost. Rattle, rattle. Another moment, I heard the sudden sound of someone trying to force a locked door open. And my heart leapt. Ow, it's unlocked. That voice was Hideyoshi's. I heard a quiet voice as though he's talking to himself, coming from what was probably the hallway. Apparently, I had thought it was locked and tried to unlock it. I ended up locking the unlocked door instead. Once again, there was a sound of a lock turning. This time, the door opened with a faint sound. Why? Why is Hideyoshi-san in this room? Footsteps would sound like his came in, and there was the sound of him closing and locking the door behind him. Then came what seemed to be the sound of him setting the chain. Don't tell me Hideyoshi-san is the mastermind. Or else an accomplice. Seems like he can do something to me in this room? The room may be locked from the inside, but it will take some time to remove the chain. Hideyoshi-san doesn't intend to let me escape from here. There's no chance he'll give me time to fumble around with the chain. In that case, when the door opens wide in just a moment, and looks down upon me sitting here pathetically, just wearing horrifying words we say. Don't want to be found, I don't want to be found. I beg you, pass right on by the closet door. I see going into the center of the room. My head was filled to bursting with the throbbing sound so loud that I almost missed hearing his noisy footsteps. So when I heard a clunking sound coming from the center of the room, finally realized that he passed by the closet and was deeply relieved. Just in case. Can't tell if it's day or night in this weather anyway. As you know, did something that made a clunking sound. It's probably closing the shutters on the windows. Just in case. Guess I tried to escape out the window? No, that can't be it. That's right. When I left the parlor, everyone was talking about possibly taking a break. After all, several murders had occurred. And the weather was bad. There'd be nothing abnormal about resting in the guest room here instead of returning to the guest house. In that case, locking up and closing the shutters to guarantee safety was the proper course of action to take. When he finished closing the shutters, there was a thunk as though he had flopped over on the bed. It was surprising how much of the situation could be grasped just by the sound. What's going on here? Did the man from 19 years ago plan all this out to put me in the same room as Hideyoshi-san? No, that probably isn't true. Clearly, he planned on me hiding here. Hideyoshi-san coming to take rest here must have been outside the scope of his plan. Thinking about it that way, having him in the room might help to secure my own safety in an odd sort of way. Unlike his wife, Hideyoshi-san is the kind of person I can talk to. If his son comes, things will probably get complicated. Maybe I should slip out of the closet now while he's still alone. Reveal everything just to him and ask for help. If I do that, my husband might be killed. It isn't wise to do anything rash until my husband is released. Should I go out and talk to him or hide in here? Moaning for my headache and biting my lower lip, I resist the temptation to cry out of here. Even when I talk with Hideyoshi-san, I don't know where my husband is being held. I'm sure the informant who's observing is nearby as well. Just talking to him won't solve anything. I said that Shen is informed, that doesn't mean that Goda and the others aren't. It's no good. Living here confessing is just too dangerous. Eventually, I heard a strange sobbing voice. Whose voice was it? I strained my ears trying to hear that strange voice. I was shocked to discover that it was Hideyoshi's weeping. Now that he's all alone like this, Hideyoshi, who had lost his only son, was finally able to shed tears and cry. He had acted as though he was alone standing firm. However, he had as good as right as anyone to cry. Now they had found a place where no one could see his tears. He was finally allowing himself to let it out. I've lost my daughter too. I haven't seen her body with my own eyes, so it doesn't really feel like she's dead. But if the one who carried her off was the culprit, and he had some reposed motive of doing it, just thinking about it makes me feel as though my chest would tear itself apart. The reason I'm hiding in here now is I'm thinking more about my still living husband than my dead daughter. If I were given the chance, I'd be blowing the top of my lungs too. However, I still can't let myself do that. That isn't because the man from 19 years ago told me to hide. It's because I'm the final head of the Umineko family. I was completely overshadowed by all of this. But last night, Bally couldn't find the hidden gold and even gained the head string from that mysterious envelope. At the very, very end, when it's all over, I probably won't be able to prevent him from inheriting the family's headship. When everything regarding the distribution of the inheritance is revealed, the Umineko family honor and glory passed down from father will plummet to the earth. So, I am the final head. Bally-kun will probably inherit the remaining wealth of the Umineko family. However, Sissy and honor will all end with my generation. Therefore, I am the final head. I must not cry. Not yet. Until I get my husband back and avenge my daughter, I will not be allowed to shed tears. As I listened to Hideyoshi-san's sobs from the closet, I silently hung my head. My heart leapt. Hiroshi-san, who must have been laying prostrate on the bed, made a sound as though he had bounded to his feet. Did he notice me? How did he get in here? What's that? Well, wait a second. Ah! Oh no! He's killing in a shrug with someone. Who could it be? Probably the culprit. They're probably trying to take Hiroshi-san's life at this very moment. Should I jump out there and help him? If I couldn't help him, I could at least call for help. No, but if I do something like that, I'll be questioned about why I was hiding here. However, Hideyoshi-san goes out on to get killed now. No, now isn't the time to be saying that. This raider will definitely be killed. But if I do that, even if I can't save Hideyoshi-san, I might be bearing my husband's life. Hideyoshi-san's life, my husband's life. How civil would it be to try to weigh those two against each other? Just then, there's a loud sound, the door opening, the chain being pulled tight. Someone's trying to open the door despite the chain being set. Honey, it's me. Can you open up? Eva! 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 Honey! What? What's happening? Honey! Open up! Open up! Open up, honey! Someone! She opened and closed the door over and over again with all her might, but of course she couldn't snap the chain. Eva-san raced down the hallway, calling for help in a loud voice. By this time, everyone had settled back into silence. The eerie feeling of Hideyoshi being in a noisy struggle disappeared completely. What's going on here? So right now, I'm in the same room as the murderer who killed Hideyoshi-san. That case, the culprit should try to escape from the room as soon as possible. So why are they staying so quiet in here? I haven't heard anything. Nothing that might have been the culprit who attacked Hideyoshi rushing away. For how much I strain my ears, I can't sense anyone in the room. In fact, it's so silent that it makes what happened just a second feel like an illusion. In other words, does this mean the culprit is holding his breath? Standing right in front of this closet? Waiting for me to shamelessly come out? I didn't even know what to be scared of anymore. If only I could just melt away into the darkness of this closet. I mustn't remain in this room any longer. I get the feeling I have more to worry about than just my personal safety. But what should I do? I don't know if it's even a good idea to leave this closet. For a long time, many rushing footsteps approached. I held my breath again and melted away into the darkness of the closet. Eva dashed back, bringing everyone with her. Goto was gripping a bolt cutter, it was to cut the chain with. Now trying to open the door again and confirm the chain was so set, she yelled through the crack in the door. Honey! We're going to open up this door! Cut it right now! Yes! Also, was it say that Hideyoshi said the lock in the first place? Yes, it was. George took the large bolt cutter, which looked like it could slice off the whole fingers, into the door and easily sever the chain. Dear! As soon as it was severed, Eva pushed Goto aside and dashed in. The others tried to follow her, but they bumped Eva, who had fallen to her knees and moaning. So even though she couldn't tell much of what was going on inside the room, you could tell Eva's moans that they were too late. What the hell? Honey! Honey! Dr. Nanjo! Look at my husband! Quickly! Do it right away! You've got to be kidding me! It's only been about 10 minutes and Uncle Hideo... Is there anyone in the bathroom? No! There's no one in there! Oh, what could have happened? Oh! Honey! I'm afraid to say, there's nothing I can do. Nanjo stood up, hanging his head sadly. It was only natural. Because anyone, if they were a doctor, thinking at a glance. Hideyoshi was lying face down on the bed. Stuck deep in his back was something like a blade with an intricate demonic design on it. When Eva pulled it out with all her might, you could tell that wasn't a blade but some kind of stake. And sharp tip had penetrated nearly 15 centimeters. It probably dug deep into the lungs. If it had been stuck in any harder, the tip might have pierced all the way through to the surface of the chest. Didn't I tell you to wait for me? Why did you go alone? Stupid, stupid, stupid! Gilbert probably waited for us to get careless and split up. That bastard! So he still hasn't had enough blood? So he really is hiding somewhere in this mansion. Coming after us? But there's something strange here. Doors and windows of this room are completely sealed. That's right. The shutters are shut and the chain was on the door until a second ago. Huh? Isn't that bizarre? How the Cobra Detective Hideyoshi found in this room? Perhaps through the stake, through the crack in the door. Hideyoshi-san's bed is in a total blind spot from this crack. You couldn't even kill him with a gun. This really is strange. It's a locked room murder. A locked room murder? Is it too early to be sure about that? Maybe Cobra removed the ceiling in the bathroom and escaped to the space above it, or maybe you can close the shutters from the outside. What? The shutters. They didn't budge an inch from the outside. I just went and checked. Erica? There's no wonder everything felt so quiet and relaxed. At some point, Erica had split from the group. Just now, she had finally arrived and poked her face in from the hallway. She had heard that a crime occurred in this room, seen everyone rushing towards it and taking the opposite approach by starting around to the outer wall. And she had gone all by herself to check that the shutters were down on the windows and that you couldn't do anything with them from the outside. And there was nothing out of the ordinary. I assume that inside this room is perfectly cliché? That was uncalled for. Yeah, my deepest condolences. So, what is the state of the room? The chain was set on the door, so we cut it and entered. None of the windows have shutters on them. I like tight from the inside. What are they bickering about in there? Everyone's arguing with Nanjo about something. Apparently she wanted to carry the body to the parlor. Nanjo tried conversing that they should leave the crime scene as untouched as possible when the police came. What happened to the other corpses when we did that? The cover carried them off somewhere. And maybe the cover isn't satisfied with this killing, but tends to do something with the bodies as well. So no way! No way we're going to leave my husband here all alone! Eva did have a point. After all, the prior victims were all carried away after they were shown their terrible and fatal wounds. Erika-chan, I'd like to preserve the crime scene, but could you just let this one slide? Do as you like. It's just the fact that a locked room has appeared that's much more serious than Kinjo-san's study. I have no interest in corpses, so do as you please. I'm sorry, you're... What shitty version of a detective has no interest in corpses? What? In what fucking universe? Barra looked at her with an expression of clear disgust. But it rolled off her like water off a duck's back. Well, you can take the corpse away now. I don't mind. Or am I in the way? Erika backed away in the door to open a path. There's no trace of any signs for the dead. Her eyes seemed blazed at the thought of this locked room murder that had appeared. And even the great detective gave him permission. Having the others wrapped Hideyoshi's body into the sheet and Gohan and Rudolph started carrying him out. Wow! 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 Ain't that fucking immensely suspicious. Holy shit! The sheets quickly turned red. So we see that Chan and Umasawa stripped the blanket off the bed to further recover the body. Hey, out of the way. Yes, I'm out of the way. Let's carry him to the parlor. Yes. Honey, honey. Listen up, everyone. From now on, we'll always move as a group. You must not let yourselves be isolated. The Cobra probably got Master Key when he attacked Genji-san. Here, locking up will normally keep it safe. The chain was set. How did they do that? It's impossible. The start of the chains were firmly set. Even with the Master Key, it's impossible to force your way into that room. He must be vicious, I was doing! Oh! Since there's no way Beatrice-sama did this, that has been solved, there shouldn't be any more reason to hold the ritual. As if we could understand her reasons. This is impossible for anyone except a witch. Impossible for anyone except a witch, you say? Good! That's a nice ring to it. Erika-chan, are you listening? Besides, stay together for now. First, we're carrying Hideyoshi-san's body to the parlor. Can you hold off playing detective until we get there? When she heard the words playing detective, Erika grimaced visibly. Then, after everyone had filled out, she took a single step into the now empty guest room. Looked around and burned the scene to her eyes. Erika claimed to have photographic memory. That was true, those few seconds were more than enough for her. Later on, she could sip black tea in the parlor while perusing her mental photographs of the crime scene. And enjoyed playing the part of the armchair detective. Then suddenly her eyes stopped on the closet off to the side. The closet for hanging overcoats. It was no longer to fit the coat on a hanger. A person should be able to hide in it. Slowly, Erika stretched her hand out towards the closet. Eric's shoulder was grabbed roughly from behind. Let's go, Mrs. Detective. Don't they teach you to stay with a group on school field trips? Well, whenever I go out traveling, someone always dies. Hey, what do you think you're doing, brats? Move it! Rudolph told them to hurry. After cleaning her tongue and lying in the closet, Erika followed Ballard back to the parlor for the time being. Sound of footsteps finally faded. That time of terror, when I feared that even the dripping of the cold sweat that covered my cheeks might be noticed, was finally over. I slowly opened the closet door with hands that still couldn't stop trembling and dashed out onto the hallway. That's alright, no one's found me. So it's a good thing they didn't lock the door. If they had, I wouldn't be able to lock behind me after I left, and they'd find that suspicious. Anyway, I should leave this place. Then I returned to my room and pretended I was sleeping the whole time. That's right, I have to go back quickly. A new murder has occurred. They'll probably try to tell me about it. They'll probably do it immediately after they carry Hideyoshi-san's body back to the parlor. I gave around a phone call by saying I was sleeping to notice, but if they came knocking directly, that'll be bad. I have to get back quickly before they try and force their way in. I don't even know whether I should sprint back noisily to save every second I can, sneak back with hushed footsteps, or around normally as though I didn't know what was happening. One thing I'm certain of is that I have to avoid bumping into them on their way back to the parlor. I had to get in my room at a quick pace without being noticed by anyone. I passed through the hall to the lobby. Natsuki-san? Just as she was about to get up the large staircase, Natsuki heard Erika call out to her. And so surprised she visibly jumped.
I was just about to tell you.
Thank you very much. Something happened.
Natsuki-san, were you just going up the stairs? Your room is upstairs, isn't it?
Erika coldly pointed out this strange fact. Natsuki cursed her bad luck. I couldn't sleep, so I was going to return to the parlor. But I wasn't sure whether I locked my room or not, so I was about to head back. I'm a warrior, so this sort of thing happens a lot. Don't worry about it.
Of course, that is quite common, isn't it? It's a common quirk among people who are confident in their ability to remember things.
Aggressively making fun of her. Natsuki might have been made an annoyed expression under any other circumstances. However, right now, Natsuki was extremely relieved to hear Erika admit that this was nothing out of the ordinary. Why are you here yourself, Erika-san?
I thought I might examine the guest room.
Guest room?
Yes! Things have gotten pretty serious, haven't they? And I seem to see the crime is my right.
Erika's probing gaze peered deep into Natsuki's eyes. She could tell. Erika was always suspicious of Natsuki. Judging by the subtle nuances of her words, there's almost certainly an attempt to make Natsuki slip up and reveal that she knew about Hideyoshi's murder. She hadn't been told about it yet. Natsuki played dumb and asked what had happened. Is something wrong?
No, I was just thinking. It's a repeat of the first crime, isn't it?
What do you mean?
Again, you were in your room. And again, you can't prove your alibi, can you?
I don't know what you mean. Turn around, how can I prove that I wasn't in my room?
Oh, an interesting response. Let's take this one step at a time. Please worry about your lock later. I have something fairly important to discuss with everyone.
I'll come back after I check my lock. Please go start without me.
Hideyoshi's son has been killed. We'll be talking about that. What?
She had planned on escaping to her room using her lock as an excuse, claiming to have a sudden headache and staying in bed for the rest of the time. However, now that she'd been informed of Hideyoshi's murder, it would be clearly suspicious to say that it could wait and escape to her room. Sure, it was already under suspicion after being seen heading up the stairs to the second floor. She couldn't afford to do anything else suspicious. Natsuki gave up and headed for the parlor that Erika had urged her to do. When she opened the door to the parlor, Eva's sobs poured out. Everyone stared at Natsuki with grave faces. The gaze almost made it look as though they suspected her. It was now painfully apparent to Natsuki. This must have been what the man was after. He was a trap to create a baffling locked room murder and frame her for it. But I couldn't disobey. I couldn't sacrifice my husband's life. But I couldn't disobey. I couldn't sacrifice my husband's life. Well, it's true that I was hiding in the closet. That was all. I haven't committed murder. I may fall under Nor's suspicion, but I'm still not the culprit. And most morning, I'm not under suspicion yet. I'll tell the police everything. I have to endure until then. I'm sure when the servants feed information to the culprit. Even in a situation like this, if I talk about my husband being hostage, the culprit here, and it might be used as an excuse to kill him.
Natsuki-san has just come back. Now that we're all here, I have something very important to discuss with all of you.
Something very important?
Yes, it's very important. Here in front of you all, I would like to set out the facts of everything that's happened for the first crime to the last.
Then you can leave me out of it if you please. I think we should leave that sort of thing to the police. I'm not interested.
I have something very important to say once I've cleared everything up. Neither of you nor anyone else has the right to refuse. What?
Edgar used her detective authority to proclaim the start of an assembly. None of the pieces could disobey. Praying that she wouldn't be the top of conversation, Natsuki reluctantly sat on the sofa as she'd been urged to.
Oh, sorry. Could you close that door for me? Yes.
Shannon and Cannon closed the door. They had just now decided to lock all the doors and window carefully. Cannon locked it as well. The lock which existed to protect the safety of this room. Felt like a lock in the prison cell to Natsuki. One that would hold her here and prevent her escape. Natsuki still hadn't noticed that ever since Erika had left him to the corridor to go check the crime scene in Hideyoshi's room, her goal had changed. In short, from Erika's point of view, the sound of the lock was truly...
Checkmate.
Erika said that suddenly. Brinkesso said that suddenly.
Oh, so fast! So we figured out the cover already? I barely got any of the crimes done, you know? You could have let me kill a few more, gather all kinds of clues.
Alright, Lambda, gather all the pieces. Now we're getting to the most entertaining parts. Let's both enjoy to the fullest.
We'll see about that. Why don't you show me what you've got?
To think that she'd lay down the challenge without waiting for the game to be over at midnight. What a hasty person, that Lady Bern Castell. It is quite the early challenge. Claiming a witch exists is normally all you need to do to win. But with Natsu and Kinzo, we've got a lot we need to protect this time. Sounds like this might be a painful one. I welcome a troublesome fight. I won't let them do as they please with my Golden Island anymore. I shall meet your challenge, Lady Bern Castell. Furudo Erika! In the own land, the endless rain continued to fall. Valor was nowhere to be seen. It would be very soon the time when Valor had joined in on the 5th game. And Gonjo's piece would be passed on to him. In other words, only now in this final stage of the game where Bern Castell had pinpointed the culprit was Valor finally going to be allowed to participate. He had left the Arbor a short while ago for that reason. Now, the only ones in sight were Julia, who continued to knit silently, and Beto, who just sat there blankly amidst the smell of the black tea, not even putting the cup to her lips. Virgilia stopped knitting for a moment, and looked out across the vast golden rose garden that extended as far as the eye could see. At least in terms of near culprit guessing games, I think we can say that Balakun has gained the strength to never again surrender. He gave him every message he needs by the end of the 4th game. That is to say, Balakun possesses all the tools to read the truth at any moment. However, he has a weak side. Because of that, even if the game goes on to repeat 100 times, he will never solve it. He'll just wander around forever, like someone trying to find the bluebird. And that, Beatrice, was for you as well. Even if you play this game 100 more times, you never arrive at the answer you seek. Bern Castell will abuse this game without a doubt. Lamdado will also turn the game about with the utmost arrogance. At a glance, that may be humiliating appear to you and Balor as though the game has been stolen from you. However, that is something the two of you need right now, to bring an end to Balor's weak side, to bring an end to your hesitation. And that is why you called the two of them here. To end the eternal torture between the two of you. Those two will bring you either victory or defeat. But either result now will be one filled with compassion. You should understand that as well by now. Virgilia faced Beto, whom she had come to adore like a daughter, with cold eyes that must not have shone often. It was like a gaze of mother who, instead of scolding, silently urges the child to recognize their mistake. Beatrice, how long do you intend to stay here?
neither alive nor dead, not ascending to heaven, nor descending to hell. There in a daze on the mount of purgatory. I am Virgilia. I have guided him through purgatory and brought him to you at its peak. And you are Beatrice. You must choose whether to take his hand and rise up to heaven, or embrace him and fall into hell.
Do you know that the tribulation and purgatory, which lies in the gap between heaven and hell, are sometimes even more torturous than even hell itself? On the gates of hell, it is written that you must abandon all hope. A human without hope can accept their suffering and give up. However, there is a purgatory of hope. A hope that possibly reaching heaven, a hope that cannot be abandoned. And that tortures them. Even in the depths of hell, no greater torture device exists than a single pin known as hope. Leap. Leap from the cliff of purgatory. Cast open Pandora's box and cast your fleeting, fragile, foolish hope and all the longing it brings. You're afraid, aren't you, of opening the box? Beto was silent. With a single tear, she nodded slightly. Is the cat in the box alive or dead? The time has now come to check. If the cat is dead, hold a few for it quickly and have it rise to heaven. If the cat is alive, feed it quickly and give it all of your affection. Whether it is alive or dead, your cat box eternally desecrates the cat. Those who have brought you the key to the box that you were too afraid to open. Beatrice, the time has now come for you to die. I hope that your heart will be stopped by the hand of the person you desire. And now, before we end for the stream, let's watch an omake. Let's watch the omake. This is the last one to watch right now. Looks like there's absolutely nothing here. At all. The rain's getting harder. I better return to the mansion.